They get it, and they both are happy to see that their choice has been selected. And this game is between Zijun and Alisa Galyamova. This was the World Championship match of women in 1999. So that is from where the position is taken, and it's the rouser, the Sicilian rouser, and both the players make quick moves. Hikaru looking at the sheet, Magnus as well. And actually, this is the first time that so many moves have happened. In fact, this is move number 14. So, move number 14 here, and now both the players get into this mode of complete focus. It's a very, very important game, because if Hikaru manages to beat Magnus, we will see the same score, then both of them reaching. And Magnus goes G4, and look at Hikaru, he's a bit surprised. And Magnus understood that if he went for the slow mode like this, then Hikaru would go H5 and there would be no G4 coming into the position. So he instantly goes G4 and Hikaru takes it. What is Magnus's idea here? Why did he sacrifice a pawn? In the spirit of Benko Gambit, he then goes H3 and now has sacrificed a pawn. This is brilliant understanding by Magnus Carlsen. I just am amazed as to how he can know what is the right continuation just so quickly. Epic. Rook H3. And by the way, one of the reasons why Magnus must have selected this position is because he saw instantly that G4 is possible here. He liked it in a flash of a second. Queen C7 played by Hikaru. Queen G1 played now. So Hikaru is planning to go long castle. But here it's bad because after take, there is Rook C3, Bishop C6 and Bishop takes B5 and White is winning. So that's the reason why Hikaru first goes B4. And now Magnus gets in with the queen attacking the rook. Rook goes to F8 and the knight comes back. So now Hikaru can't long castle as his position is too weakened. He goes and attacks the C2 pawn. Magnus quickly defends it with knight D4 and Hikaru attacks it, threatening to take and then pick up this and backrank mate. So the game is getting very exciting now. Magnus tries to focus. He just looks at the position and takes on H7, an attacking move but also at the same time defensive for the C2 pawn. Bishop takes on D4, Rook takes, and now Hikaru is deciding what's his next move. He goes Queen to C5, attacking the Rook here. And the Rook comes back, and now it's important to play A5, and Black is fine. But Hikaru makes a mistake. He goes Queen F2, missing Magnus's next move. Bishop takes A6. I don't know if Hikaru missed it or was it intentional, but you know, now the Rook is attacked. Why did he give up the pawn? Rook A8. And now this very important move that Magnus must find, which is Queen G7, and of course Magnus finds it. What a beautiful move, because if you take here, there is Rook H8, take, king up, check, and Rook H1 is a mate. So that's the reason why Hikaru plays Bishop C6 and now Magnus goes in with his Rook. Amazing play. And he's actually Rook H8, there was Bishop D3 which was stronger by the way, but Magnus just needs a draw, so he goes Rook H8. Hikaru takes and Magnus thinks for a bit, I'm not sure what. Queen takes, King D7, and now comes back Queen F6. So you can see that Hikaru is not very happy because he needs to win this position and Magnus has given him no such opportunity here. He takes on A6. And now Magnus must take the pawn on F7. Magnus just making sure that there is a perpetual check in the position or not. He takes on F7 with a check. The king has to move. Few possibilities. King D8. King C8. Hikaru goes to C8, trying to run to the corner of the board. And now Magnus chops off another pawn. Queen takes E6. King B7. So White already has 3 pawns for a piece, which is quite a lot. And now he might even collect another pawn, which is after check. That's what he does. And now taking this. So if King B6, you can take on B4 with a check. Then you will have 4 pawns for the piece. So Hikaru goes king 8. And now Magnus, if he wanted to play for a win, can take here and continue the game. But I think there's no such need. So Magnus gives a check, and he sees what Hikaru wants to do. Hikaru goes with his king to a7. I think that's what he should do, yes. And so that if another check comes in, he can block with his bishop perhaps. Magnus gives a check. But I think after bishop b7, queen takes b4, white has 4 pawns and very good chances to play for an advantage here. So Hikaru is not willing to risk it. He goes king a8. Magnus gives another check. Well, whether Hikaru should play or not is an open question, because the position is not really favoring him. You can see his expressions. He really wants to play on, but what to do? Magnus's position is better. He goes king a7, and now another check, and I think a draw will be agreed. Both of them look